Hey, third graders, and welcome back to Chapter 6, Multiplication Facts to 5. Now, hopefully you have been skip counting and practicing your skip counting, and today we're working on skip counting 3s and 4s. So make sure that you have actually done that practice. So we're going to make sure that you've gone over those. And we're also going to be talking about missing factors, and so we'll see some of that. But as usual, we're going to start with warming up our brain with some multiplication facts. So have your brain ready, get your pencil and paper out. So if you miss anything, make sure you can write it down. Okay, and as always, if I go too fast, press pause. Let's begin. Okay, our first problem is 1 times 5, and that is 5. Second problem is 3 times 5, which is 15. All right, then we have 4 times 5. That will be 20. Next, we have 5 times 5, which is 25. Then we have 5 times 1. That will give you 5. All right, 5 times 3 again. See if you remember it. It's 15. All right, and then 5 times 4 is 20. All right, so as always, if you got any of those wrong or we went too fast, write them down. These things should be quick memory, okay? All right, moving on. We've got our subtraction review up here, and we have been reviewing the zeros, subtracting with zeros and borrowing, okay? So right here we have 400 minus 214. So go ahead and write that down on your paper. And we're going to begin the steps here to see how we do. Okay, 400 minus 214. Now we're going to take the right side. We're going to make that a 10. We're going to go to the left. We're going to make this one a 9. And then we're going to come over and we're going to borrow, we're going to take our 4 and make it a 3. And then we'll say 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 1 is 8. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So the slide showed it to you left to right, but we always start right to left when we are borrowing. So you make your 0 a 10. And then the next one, you would normally make that a 10, but because you already borrowed from there, you have to make it a 9. And then your 4, you have to make that a 3. So your answer is 186. All right, next we have 600 minus 363. And we're going to go ahead and go up here and do our borrowing. And we're going to make our first 0 on the right a 10. We're going to make our second 0 a 9 because we can't make it a 10 because we already borrowed one. And then our next one, we're going to make it a 5. And that will make 5, 9, and 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 5 minus 3 is 2. So your answer should be 237. Okay, this one I want you to try on your own. 200 minus 152. Pause this. Work it out. Show your problems. Make sure you're borrowing correctly and lining up your digits properly. All right, pause it. Okay, so let's see how you did. 10 minus 2 should have an 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 1 minus 1 is 0. That should be 48. Hopefully you got that right. If not, look at my work versus yours and see where you made your mistake. Next one, 500 minus 291. Again, pause it. Try it on your own. Remember how we borrow. Okay, let's start here. 10 minus 1, we're going to have 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 4 minus 2, you're going to have 2. So your answer should be 209. All right, now we're going to talk about the commutative property of multiplication. Remember, commuting, we're like our little cars. Our factors are in their cars and they're moving all around. So we've got 4 times 3 is the same as 3 times 4. You get the same product either way. All right, we have a number line here. We're going to work with 5 times 3. And so what we're going to do is we're going to skip count 3 5 times, right? And so we're going to have, that's like having 5 sets of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There's our 5 sets. You can see them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. 5 sets of 3. This tells you how many sets. This is how you, this factor tells you how many are in each set. Next we have 3. 3 tells you how many sets. 6 tells you how many is in each set. We're going to skip count. First number is going to be 6 because how many is in each set? 6 is in each set. 6, 12, 18. 3 times 6 equals 18. All right, we've got these graphs here that we've been working on this week. And the biggest thing to remember here is to line up your red dots. You keep forgetting to do that. So we need to make sure that if our 5 is here and our 3 is here, we have 5 red dots on the left side here, up and down vertically, and that there are 3 rows across. See the number 3? It tells you how many across. 5 tells you how many up and down. So here we're going to skip count by 5s. 5, 10, 15 is our answer. Next, we have 3 times 6. So we're going to have 3 rows up and down, right? And we're going to have 6 of them, right? Because 3 tells us how many is in each set. 6 tells us how many sets. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18 is our answer. Good. Next, we have 4 times 6. Again, making sure that you're planting it correctly. 4 times 6 is 24. If you need to pause this to count the dots, do that. Whatever you need to do. 4 times 6 is 24. Right, next we have 3 times 3. Okay, so we're having 3 digits down, 3 digits across. 3 times 3 is 9. Now see, we're just working with the same numbers over and over again. So those are your 3s and your 4s. And so make sure you're studying those and practicing them so that you can get these speedy quick. All right, 3 times 4. Again, we're laying out the number on the left shows us how many up are going vertical or up and down. The number on the top shows us how many go across. 3 times 4 equals 12. All right, 7 times 4, do this one on your own. Pause it if you need to. 7 times 4, and you should have 28. All right, 4 times 4, same thing. Do this one on your own. You don't have to draw the picture if you don't want to. Just see if you can solve the multiplication problem. We have 4 down, you have 4 across, and you should have gotten 16. All right, we have this kind of graph now here. We're talking about sets and missing digits. So we have the letter N here to represent our missing digit. And this is what's going to represent how many sets. So we know we have 5 red blocks in each set, but we don't know how many sets we need in order to get to 20. All right, so we're going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. See, here we have 4 sets with 5 blocks in each set. That equals 20. So did you see how we did that? We just kept counting by the number over here until we got to 20. So we know that our missing number is 4. We need to have 4 sets of 5 in order to make 20. Let's try another one. N times 4 equals 16. Well, we're going to start with 4 in each set, and we're going to keep counting by 4s until we get to 16. So 4, 8, 12, 16. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. So we know that 4 sets of 4 blocks equals 16. Try that again. N times 3. Okay, this one it says we know the product, right? All right, we have 3 in each set. How many sets do we need to get to 21? Let's count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets. Well, 7 times 3 equals 21. Our missing number 7. All right, now let's look here at our word problem. Connor's rock collection contains 6 small boxes with 4 rocks in each box. How many rocks does Connor have? If you need to draw yourself a picture of 6 boxes with 4 rocks in each of them, do it. Pause it, do it. Whatever makes sense to you. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. All right, so that we have 6 times 4 is 24. So you know that there are 24 rocks total in Connor's collection. All right, next, Kristen baked cookies. She gave 3 cookies to each of her 8 friends. How many cookies did Kristen give away? All right, do we need to draw out 8 people and give them each 3 cookies? Do it if you need to. Draw smiley faces, whatever you have to do to get yourself the equation of 8 times 3. Now, in this case, you're counting by 3s 8 times, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. All right, so 8 times 3 is 24. Kristen gave away 24 cookies. That's 2 dozen. All right, we have our number line back. And remember, 3 times 3 is telling us that we need to have 3 in our set, and we need to have 3 sets of 3. So that's 3, 6, 9. 3 times 3 is 9. All right, so your assignment today is on page 101 and 102 of chapter 6. And so you'll be doing numbers 1 through 7 on page 101 and 1 through 14 on page 102. Most of it is review from the previous lessons you've done already. The missing factors are the ends. Remember, we're just counting by blocks in our sets until we get enough sets to equal our product. So you're going to be asked to draw some pictures there. All right, on each one of these, you're going to be asked to draw some pictures. You can use colored pencils or your regular pencil, whatever you need to do to make yourself your little dots in your boxes for your missing factors, or when you're completing your equation with the hundreds boxes. Either way, just make sure your digits are lined up properly and don't make any silly mistakes. As always, if you have any questions, just ask. All right, good luck, guys.